All aboard! Who is coming to Bermuda with me? Woo! Let's all cruise like a boss. Next April 28th to May 3rd, I'm going to cover how you can earn an all-inclusive trip, all-inclusive cruise for you and a guest. I hope to provide you with some helpful tips. And remember, you are in charge of your success. So if you want to be on this cruise, it's up to you. No excuses. Keep asking. Go for no. Let's all meet on the Royal Caribbean. I forgot which one it's called, but I know I'm excited, and I've already started working my business so that I know that I will earn the cruise for two. Let me share my screen here with you. You can see we are in Bermuda behind me. Look how beautiful that water is. Can you just picture yourself laying on the beach with a frozen drink, no cares or worries in the world? Hopefully I set a good painting for you so that you can imagine yourself there. When is the achievement time frame? It is campaigns 20, 2017 to campaign 6, 2018. So we have a full 13 campaigns to earn this cruise. I don't know about you, but I want to get it out of the way. I'm going to achieve it early so that I can focus on selling Aspira in the beginning of 2018. So how do you earn this fabulous cruise? You earn it through your personal sales, which would include face-to-face and online sales. Your recruiting, so there's two ways you can find leads. One is through your own means, and the second is if you can buy Alma leads through Avon. The other way you can earn points is by moving in leadership title. And then the fourth and final way is to mentor someone below you to move in title. So we're going to take a look at the points and see exactly how many you get for each accomplishment. And the first thing that I really noticed was that title promotion and mentoring a promotion are the highest amount of points. So that is what I have told my team to focus on. If they all move themselves in title and they help another person move in title, that's going to be a big chunk of the points that you need to earn that trip. So let's just take it straight up from number one. Personal award sales of $300 to $499. So every time you achieve that in a campaign, you will get 100 points. So if you sell $350 worth every campaign, that is going to give you 1,300 points. Now let me tell you about the time frame, because I always used to get confused about this. So when does your new rep count? They count in the campaign that they place their first order. Okay, so even if you sign them up in 19, they can place their first order in 20 and count for this incentive. The second way is to have personal award sales or 500 or plus. I know with our amazing Christmas offerings that you can do that no problem. Take over your own Christmas list and shop from Avon. Help your family and friends and customers do that as well, and you'll have no problem hitting 500 every 2 weeks. I know there's a lot of craft fairs and events that go on at Christmas time, so take advantage of those. And even if you don't sell a ton, collect a lot of people's information so that you have potential follow-up customers and team members. So if you recruit from an Avon source, such as Alma, if you don't know what I mean when I say Alma, you probably aren't eligible to buy them. But you can start buying Alma leads when you are a bronze ambassador or higher. I definitely recommend the premium leads only. And I recommend that you buy as many as you can afford. They definitely have made a big impact on my business. And I kind of joke that I have a love-hate relationship with Alma because it does cost a lot of money to buy leads, but I am now seeing that in our sales growth. So not exactly an instant gratification, but definitely worth the investment. The fourth way is to recruit from a personal source. So this is going to be anyone that is not given to you as a lead through Avon. So maybe it's your best friend from high school. Maybe it's your neighbor down the street who used to have an Avon lady where she worked and now they're missing one. Anyone that you bring into the business. So whether that's a friend, a family member, or it's someone that you meet online, that's considered a personal source. So you're going to get 300 points for everyone that you bring in that places a first or second order of 150 or more. Same with the Alma leads. They have to place the first or second order of 150 or more, and you will get 150 points for each one that does that during the incentive time frame. Here is a big bonus. Those of you that earned the Atlantis trip to the Bahamas this year, this was not part of the incentive. So this really gives us a big opportunity here to really partner with those people we invite into the business to help them be successful as they go. So we don't want to just bring in, 15 people during this incentive time frame and then let them go on their own and try and figure it out without any guidance. That's not what we're here for. We're here to develop strong, successful Avon representatives. So every time one of your qualified recruits places an additional $150 order, you're going to get 100 points for that. So let's just say in campaign 20 that I have a personal recruit that places a first order of $160. I'm going to get 300 points for her in campaign 20, and then I'm going to get an additional 1,200 if she continues placing orders of 150 or more. So that is a huge opportunity right there. That again is a 1,500 point chunk. So look at these last items as your biggest opportunities, and really try to do the best that you can in every campaign in all of these categories. What I do recommend is if you've already started a team, that you really focus and prioritize on moving in title, all right? And those of you that have a team also work with mentoring. Maybe you and a friend want to do it together, do a challenge. Who can make it to Bronze Ambassador first? So not only will you get a bunch of awesome points for the Cruise Like a Boss, but you have that opportunity to earn your advancement bonus in the Advanced Leadership Program. So I know I have a couple of girls that are about to hit Bronze Ambassador, and they have an opportunity to earn $500 for promoting and maintaining. If you have not started a team and you don't know where to start, I strongly suggest that you focus on building your sales, so your face-to-face sales as well as your online sales. And then you start asking every day. You start talking about the Avon opportunity, and maybe you don't ask if they want to join you, but you give a flyer or information about how they can join your team. Think about how you can marry your sales and your recruiting business together so that you're approaching those leads with both opportunities to either buy from you or sell on your team. All right, let's look at the points here. And what I recommend is that you really try to focus on 3 to 5 contacts a day. Also think about that online. So maybe you're out and about and you want to talk to the lady at the grocery store that checks you out. Maybe you go into the gas station instead of paying with your debit or credit card, and you ask that lady if she wants a brochure. And then maybe you have to stop at the bank and you ask the teller if they've seen the latest Avon catalog. So there's 3 easy contacts. I like to offer the brochure, and if you can even afford to give them some samples with it, then it's like you're giving them a gift and not being an annoying salesperson. So then try to focus on 3 to 5 people face-to-face, as well as 3 to 5 people connecting online. So whether that's Facebook or Pinterest or email, however you want to do that. And then hopefully you will have at least 1 to 2 recruits per campaign. So that would be 1 to 2 new team members every 2 weeks. And then you can work on helping them to be successful with those $150+ orders. So if you bring in 2 people every single campaign in this incentive, that will give you 26 new team members. If only half of them are successful, that's 13 successful team members, and I would bet you will be on that cruise, and you will be on it for 2, because you bring that many people into the business. You're also going to advance in title. Did I mention they're giving this to us during the busiest time of the year? So it shouldn't be as difficult to add people to your team or to get those high sales. I'm super excited that it's launching during the 4th quarter. And here's something else that's cool. Avon is going to reward us along the way. So, you know, on vacation like a boss, we'd all sit there and stare at that progress wheel that just would never, ever move. So Avon is helping us with that pain point and giving us gifts along the way. So 1,500 points gets you a beauty case. 3,000 gets you a tote, 4,500 gets you a suitcase, and not only are these gifts, but they're advertisements of your business that you can bring along with you to get people to ask you about Avon. The trip for 1, 7,000 points. I'll put a link in the description of this presentation where you can download a tracker so that you can write in your progress as you go, because sometimes the Avon reports and Vibe don't update as soon as we'd like them to, but I still like to see it official before I get super excited. Been burned on that before. And the trip for 2, 11,000 points. So don't let that scare you. Divide that by 13. That is less than 1,000 points that you need per campaign. You guys can do this. I fully believe in you. And let me take you through some of my top recruiting tips in 2017. Always share the opportunity consistently and frequently. If you're hearing no a lot every day, that's a good thing because you're actually out there asking. Maybe for every 9 no's, you'll get 1 yes, and it'll make it all worth it. Same thing online is ask over and over and over because your network does not see all of your posts. I don't mean to spam your Facebook page like join me, join me, join me. What I mean is that maybe you want to post 3 to 5 times per day and make sure half of your posts are about sales, half are about recruiting. Be a walking ad, wear and carry products, samples, brochures, and logo items at all times. Get into a routine of what works. So spend some of your daily time on recruiting activities. Some of my favorite ways to recruit are through blog posts, through social media, and through email marketing. Number 4, go for no. Use frustration as a driving force. So many times we let frustration bring us down, but we really need to fight and keep asking until we have something to celebrate. So avoid pity parties and stay away from the source of drama. So what I mean by that, if you have an old friend who's just gossiping with you all day long when you're supposed to be working on your Avon business, distance yourself and seclude yourself so that you are focused and working and efficient. And then you can have time to chat or do whatever on your free time. I think a lot of us, we work from home. It's a little bit harder to be disciplined when nobody's looking over our shoulder. Know your weaknesses, become your own coach, talk to yourself. So even if you don't have a strong leader or a strong upline, you provide that for yourself. Compliment yourself. Look how far you've come. Compare yourself to your past performance and not other people. Always learn and grow. Do things outside of your comfort zone. When I tend to get bored in my routines, that's when I start to get kind of grouchy and not excited about my business anymore. So I really need to focus on those things that do get me excited and make me a little nervous, because those are the actions that are really going to move your business ahead. Be a source of knowledge, inspiration, and happiness for those around you. Provide helpful information. So whether that's a sale on Avon products, it's a quote that's going to help someone have a better day, it's a happy birthday to a friend you haven't talked to in a long time. Do those small, kind gestures, and it will come back to you sooner or later. Show how much fun you have in your Avon business. This is the most powerful way of recruiting online, is to show how much you love it. Then you don't even have to ask people, because you have enough people coming to you to sign up. And I know that sounds silly, but it really, after a certain point, it starts becoming that way. Avoid distractions. Again, make sure you have your solid, focused work time. A lot of us are moms or dads or involved in our community. It's really important that we have solid work time to build a successful business. And avoid distractions. So maybe you want to leave your cell phone plugged in while you're working in the other room all day. We can have, dings and rings and everything, pings, all that kind of stuff coming up on our phone constantly all day long. You may never get anything done between checking your email, looking at Vibe, looking at online orders, looking at my phone, looking at Facebook. Can you tell that this is one of my faults as well? You may never actually get anything accomplished. So maybe make sure at the end of the day, the end of the work week, that you reflect and say, was I productive? How could I have been more productive? Find your favorite way of recruiting and become an expert on it. Then duplicate your efforts by training your team. I gotta tell you, it's exciting to earn money and trips. It's really exciting to see your team do it. So I'm just beginning to be in those stages, and it's really exciting to see how the Avon opportunity can change people's lives. Follow up with leads as soon as possible. Some of my strongest recruiting converters on our team are very persistent in a good way. So they reach out 3 different ways. They call, they text, and they email. as soon as they get the lead. Then they push that out and do it again maybe the next day. And then they push it out and do it again maybe in a week. And then you keep them on your recruiting list for future. So, you know, all these leads that you're attracting that don't sign up, I really hope that you're keeping them somewhere and contacting them consistently so that they either become hopefully a customer or a team member at a later date. So I'm going to go through my 10 tips for leadership success. This is for those of you that already have a team or those who are looking to mentor your team to become leaders. So focus on growth. Don't get too caught up in all the what ifs and all the fine print of the incentive. When you focus on growth and consistently building your business, you don't have to worry about all those little details. And if you do, you can always call the leadership desk. So that's number 2. Use the leadership desk, customer service number, and Facebook groups as resources. Go to the one where you're gonna where you think you're gonna get the most accurate and timely answer. We don't want to sit around waiting for someone on Facebook to answer us you know, an hour later for a question that we have. So go direct to whichever source you think will get you the best answer. Always recruit, onboard, and mentor. So recruiting people is hard enough in itself, and then there's the task of getting them to place an order and making sure it's a good one. I mean, leadership is not easy. Anyone who says it's easy, I'd like to learn their methods, because there is a lot of teeth pulling sometimes. I try to stay focused on tips and training and offering as much support as my team members want. So make sure that you're not just telling them, you need to put in bigger orders, you need to sign people up more, why aren't you following up? Make sure you focus on the positive and helping them with sales tools or recruiting tips or flyers. Help them and support and motivate them instead of telling them what to do. Communicate frequently, consistently, and in different forms. So that goes out for all of your different Avon groups. So your customers, your team members, your potential recruits, and I think that's it. But with all the, maybe you want to do, I also sometimes, well, I do focus on leaders and then new reps as well. So those are different ways you can look at your network, and you want to communicate to each differently, but in a similar format, because it really is effective when you do it frequently, consistently, and through different forms. Use your Kickstart program report to follow up with those new reps. Guide them, make sure they know what their goal is and the date they have to hit it by. We like to send out individual emails as well as a text reminder for what they need to do to hit their next Kickstart goal. Encourage, recognize, and motivate. We do want to be coaches as well as cheerleaders. Everyone likes a cheerleader. It gives a little good confidence boost, puts you in a good mood. So make sure you're being that for your team. Look for your top performers or those engaged. So look at your top sellers, look at your top recruiters. And then if you don't really have those yet, look at the people that are attending the webinars, the people that are going to workshops in their area. Those are people that are dedicated, and they might just need a little more guidance from you. Bring your top achievers together for brainstorming. This is something that I started doing after coaching, and it is making an awesome difference among our leaders. They're building strong bonds. They're congratulating each other. They're bouncing ideas off one another. So we use Zoom to do that, and I try to get together my bronze ambassadors and higher at least once a month. And then track progress on programs and incentives. 13 campaign time frame is a long time. So in order to keep our team excited and motivated, we need to track their progress weekly or by campaign. All right, I hope to see you guys all in Bermuda, if not sooner. And let's go cruise like a boss. Yay!